In this episode of Restore It, it's more welding on the Mercedes for those of you who like this. I know that's not all of my viewers, but this is the work I'm currently doing, and so I thought I might as well share it. I'm going to first finish off the rear windscreen by doing this bottom left section, and then I'll move on to the front of the car to work on the slam panel. Much like last time, I'm going to make the outer piece first, using the car as a guide, and then making the inner piece once the cut has been made. The more I cut away, the more rust I can see. This side is actually much worse than the one from last episode, which really goes to show how little you can tell from the outside. So this isn't what I was hoping for. The rust continues down a little further onto the bottom piece that the lip sits on. I'm going to have to fix that before I can even begin on the windscreen lip. With all of that rust gone, I can now protect the bare metal with weld-through primer and start adding metal back in. Before we get on with that, I just have a very quick word from our sponsor, Get Roman. As we all know, preparation is the key ingredient in having the confidence that our cars aren't going to let us down when we need them. The same goes for relationships. Whether you've been in one for years or are just getting started, having the confidence that comes from preparation means you're free to enjoy the moment when the moment comes. Even though you may feel far from ordinary, the truth is that ED is a very common thing. The statistics show that 52% of men aged 40 to 70 experience some form of erectile dysfunction. With Roman, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing healthcare for ED, all from the comfort and privacy of your own home. Roman's system is completely confidential and discreet, and getting started is super easy. Just go to getroman.com/restore it and complete an online visit. If medication is appropriate, a US licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan, which ships to you free with 2-day shipping. Make sure you're ready and have the confidence and control this winter with Get Roman. Just click the link in the description or go to getroman.com/restore it today. And if prescribed, get $15 off your first month of ED treatment. Big thanks to Get Roman as always. Let's get back to it. With the area free of rust and painted, I can now weld in a new bottom inner piece that was removed earlier. With that now in place, I can make a start on the inner lip. This is such a complicated shape and curve, I decided I'm going to make it in 2 pieces. With that in and the welds flush, I can now think about welding in the outer piece. Because I'm a bit of an amateur, the piece I made in the beginning is a bit off. It just doesn't sit as I was planning it to. So the change of plan is to split this piece into 2 sections and weld them in like that, making sure I leave a good gap between all of the pieces to ensure good and proper penetration. With that welded in, I can now join the front and back pieces together by plug welding them to each other. Now that everything is secure, I can grind down the top of the front piece to match the back piece and the rest of the lip. And there we have it, the rear windscreen is done. Just a bit of filler needed to cover the average welding, and it will be good to go. Moving on to the front of the car, and specifically the very front lower part of the slam panel, which by the looks of it is hanging on for dear life. As you can see, it's quite rusty at both ends, and in the middle where a support bar used to attach. I'm going to remove the rust, have a better look, and start cutting. I'm doing this corner in 2 pieces. The first upper section, and then a section that starts on the side and folds underneath this one. With that side done, it was pretty much the same for the left hand side, only the bottom piece was still pretty thick and good to use. And with that, both sides were done and just need to be protected for now. The next part is the middle, where a support bar is supposed to attach to the bottom side. The area where it attaches has rusted away, and the two are no longer connected. I'm going to replace the joining area with some thick 1.2mm steel, like the rest of these repairs, and then add in a joining plate that will attach to this one and the support bar. With that done, that finishes off this episode. This stuff takes me ages to do as I'm still learning, but I'm almost there. There are only 2 major repairs left on the front windscreen. Then it's off to the painters for a fresh coat of paint, and then I can finally rebuild it. I'm thinking one more welding episode and we should be done. Thanks very much if you made it this far. I know this kind of thing can get a bit boring, so I've tried to cram as much work in as possible and make the video as snappy as possible. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.